How do you overcome fear as an entrepreneur? You see, as an entrepreneur, as a matter of fact, as a human being, we are all afraid of a lot of things. We are afraid of not making enough money so we can take care of our loved ones. We are afraid of the coronavirus because we don't want to be infected. We don't want to die. We don't want to get sick. We are afraid of being embarrassed. We are afraid of being rejected. We are afraid of being lonely. We are afraid of failure. So as a human being, as an entrepreneur, we certainly are afraid of a lot of things. So how do you overcome that? You see, fears to me come from you don't know something. When you are uncertain about something, it creates that fear. So to me, the first step to overcome that uncertainty, that fear, is to be in a success environment. More than just a success environment, I think that you need to be in an environment that is relatable to you. Let me give you an example. If today you're trying to build a business and you're working alone by yourself, and when some obstacles comes up, when you fail a few times, you're afraid because you feel the whole universe is against you. Now, what if you are in a environment where you have other people, hypothetically speaking, they're all entrepreneurs. They also want to build a business. You guys are going towards the same direction. Maybe a different business model. Maybe you have different dreams you guys want to achieve. But if you're in a circle of people who are relatable to you, they are also building something like you. More so, they're also having a lot of challenges, a lot of failures, a lot of rejections like you. What does that give you? It gives you perspective, and also it gives you sanity. It means that, sometimes as we going through the cycle of life and the cycle of business, and when we're feeling down and you see a lot of people just like you and I and also experiencing the same thing, that gives you sanity. It makes you feel like, okay, I'm not the only one going through this. Anyone who wants to achieve the highest level of success, we all have to overcome challenges and fear. You see that? That one thing, having yourself in a relatable success environment, is going to help you dramatically. When I started my career 25 years ago, I made sure I hung around with people who's relatable to me, who's going after the same dreams, same goals, maybe the same industry with me, because what I went through is what they're going through as well. Step number 2, I say that in order for you to overcome fear, you have to create a bigger fear of not doing something than having the fear of doing something. Let me say it again. You have to create a fear of not doing something that's much bigger than a fear of doing something. You see, I give you an example. Many years ago, before I joined the insurance industry, I was in the painting business. I'm not talking about as an artist painting houses. I'm talking about in the construction, literally painting interior, exterior houses. And I can tell you, many years ago, I was afraid of height. But as a manager, as a painter, you're required to climb up to the second level, third level of the house, and you have to use what I call the 40-foot ladder. And I was afraid of it. Now, I was the manager. I was afraid of height to climb up there, but I had a crew of people that I was leading. I had 3 people I was leading in that crew, and I knew one thing. If I don't climb the 40-foot ladder and show my 3 guys that I can do it, I'm not afraid of it, they will also not do it. As a matter of fact, if I don't leap by the front, they're probably gonna quit, right? So I was afraid of height. But I was more afraid of my guys quitting on me, and I lose productions, I lose money, than the height. You see what I'm saying? So I had to create a bigger fear of not doing something than actually afraid of doing something. So what you have to do is that you have to be able to create bigger fears to remind yourself the consequences if you don't do something. You see what I'm saying? So for me, that was the case when I was in the student painting business. The last thing to overcome fear is that always remember, repetition will lead to close to perfection. There's no such thing called perfection, but at least close to perfection. And think about this. We usually are afraid of getting on a flight, getting on an airplane, more than getting inside an automobile, inside a car. Now, statistics obviously show that the chance to get into an accident is a lot higher inside a car more than an airplane. But why is it human being, we are more afraid of getting into an airplane more than a car? Well, that is because we lack of control, right? Lack of control will give you fear. When you get on an airplane, you're not flying the airplane by yourself. It's flew by somebody else, a pilot. But when you are inside a car, you are actually driving the car yourself. You're having control of that vehicle, you see? So that's why you have less fear. So what does this have to do with the last point I want to make? Well, the more you have control of something, meaning the more you repeat something, the more you feel you're in control of something. And the more you have in control of something, ultimately it will lead you to have less fear. So to me, to overcome fear as an entrepreneur, there are many, many different ways. But those are the three main ways, to me, you as an entrepreneur can overcome fear. JW here. Hopefully this helps. See you next time. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.